Just hockey show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, guess who's back? Back again. Yeah, I know. That was terrible. I should just stop. Anyway, Flyers have a new voice behind the bench. So early this afternoon, it was announced John Tortorella is your new head coach in Philly, and to be honest, I've been expecting this move for about a week since I heard about it first, so the fact that it finally happened, it's worth talking about. So let's do it. So as the title says, Tortorella is your new coach in Philly. He's now coaching his fifth team and his first team since the 2020-21 season, when he left the Blue Jackets after 6 seasons with his contract expiring. Now he brings a record of 673 wins, 541 losses, 37 ties. Do you remember what ties are? And 132 extra time losses on 1,383 games coached. Second winningest American coach in NHL history. I looked it up, trust me. I thought it was the other way around, but Laviolette has that record. Along with that, he brings 2 Jack Adams awards to his name from 2004 with Tampa and 2017 with Columbus. And in the 20 seasons he's been a coach part of or full term, his team has made the playoffs 12 times, with his lone cup win coming in 2004 with Tampa Bay. So most times out of not, he's getting you to the playoffs, at least. Now with that said, he kind of brings reputation, which some would call outspoken. I mean, you can insert your own cliche as to what kind of style Tortorella is as a personnel, not just with media, but not limited to his players either. But usually the results speak for themselves. Most times, though, he gets a result one way or another. Now, Torts comes in replacing Mike Yao, who was on an interim basis, which is why I never really made a video when the Flyers let him go at the end of the season, because it was just an interim coach. He either was going to last or wasn't going to last. And Yao was there just to complete the season, as the Flyers had relieved Alain Vigneault of his duties earlier in the season, which we covered right here. Just follow the link above you. Now as for the team he's becoming the coach of, the Flyers, who are really reeling off the first back-to-back non-playoff seasons for the first time since the 1992-93 season. I mean, the last time they had any playoff success was in the 2020 playoffs, when they beat Pittsburgh in the first round, when they beat Montreal in the first round. Keep wanting to say Pittsburgh. On paper, and this is the problem with on paper, they look solid. They got all the pieces with the younger kids, with Couturier, Konechny, Atkinson, and Farabee. And they have a quote-unquote solid defense with Provorov and Sanheim. And with Carter Hart being supposed to be their biggest building block in years. They haven't had a really good goalie since the 80s. And Carter Hart was supposed to finally solve that problem. But I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to be wrong. They've kind of lost their identity. This is a team post-Claude Giroux. I don't know, they remind me of a team that is just trying to find an identity again. And hopefully it comes soon. And hopefully Tortorella can do the same thing for Philly that he was able to do with Columbus and turn them into an actually contending team. But at the same time, here's what I think. My genuine opinion. I think bringing Tortorella is great for the Flyers, provided the Flyers can respond to his style of coaching. I mean, one has to wonder how the team in front of him is going to look come opening day. And I know that who's on the team isn't really up to the coach per se. And if nothing really changes, then I guarantee we'll be making a vacant GM spot soon. It is, though, up to the coach to get some kind of a reaction, and hopefully for the better. Now keep in mind, Tortorella isn't afraid to let his guys know what he thinks of how they're playing. I mean, you can ask Line, you can ask Dubois, you can ask Luongo, you can ask Graham. The list goes on, and I'm sure it won't stop. So hopefully the reactions from the Flyers are good and not to the point where you see unnecessary team drama that you don't need. But here's a positive. At least Tortorella's staying in a familiar division. So, being he's very unique with how the Rangers play and the Blue Jackets play, and has a very flattering opinion about Pittsburgh and the Penguins mostly. And, being Philly as cross-state rivals with the Penguins, that also adds fuel to that log. But either way, I mean, he knows what it takes to be a contending team in the Metro Division. And if you remember everything he did with Columbus, it was nothing but good. So if the Flyers can do the same kind of thing that Columbus did, that's great. If they can't, it's going to be bad. Somebody's going to have a bad time. So if I want to try and predict anything out of this, it's that for at least the next 4 years, if Tortorella makes it 4 years in Philly, I could see them being a solid wildcard contender. If not for every year, then at least 3 of them. Because I don't think it'll take him long to right the ship in Philly now. Whether that translates into winning, that's another story for another time. It's another one of my hockey shows. Well, thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the fact that you're still here, provided you're still here. And if you are, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. That red button, you know what it does. I've told you enough times. If you haven't caught on by yet, then please hit that red button. Socials in the description down below. Well, it's another coaching vacancy filled. I think there's 5 or 6 more. So we'll get to them when we get to them, but either way, in the meantime, in between time, be looking for reviews from Trev. Later.